Right now at 5, cold front coming. Will it be another bitter blast, and how long will it last?
Neighborhood in mourning. A teenage girl is killed in the courtyard of her building, and where she lives is no stranger to this type of violence.
Help for the middle class, what President Barack Obama is now proposing.
Hey guys, everybody.
And Super Frenzy. See how South Florida is getting into a Super Bowl frame of mind.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Shannon Horry.
And I'm Antonio Mora. CBS 4 News at 5 in HD starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Right now at 5, a dreary and windy day across South Florida is now turning cooler. A cold front moved through this afternoon.
But before it did, many of us saw showers and storms. CBS 4 Chief Meteorologist Dave Bernard is here now with what we can expect for tonight. David?
Here's a look at where we were earlier today. This was the line of storms at 5 a.m. and they quickly swept across the area this afternoon. Now, the good news is our latest image indicates all the rain is pushed offshore and skies will begin to clear a little bit later on tonight. That's because the cold front has moved through. We have low to mid 60s over the Panhandle and also Central Florida, and we're hovering in the 60s to around 70 degrees here in South Florida, but temperatures are going to take a nosedive tonight. So last night we were in the 70s for lows. Tonight we're going to be 20 degrees cooler, low 50s in the western suburbs, low to mid 50s all the way to the coast. So 51 for Northwest Fort Lauderdale, 54 Miami, 53 Homestead, and on the beach tonight it should be about 56 degrees. And the payoff is we're going to be clearing and cooler for the evening hours, a cool breeze overnight, and lots of sunshine for tomorrow versus all the rainy and dreary weather that we had for today. Another front's coming for the weekend. I'll have details on that in a few minutes.
Thank you, David. Now to our other big story. A neighborhood that has become far too accustomed to grief is in mourning again tonight. This time, a 15-year-old girl shot and killed outside her Liberty City apartment complex. CBS 4's Tiffany Helberg spoke with its victim's sister.
I miss everything about her. Monique Clausen sobs, trying to come to grips with the loss of her sister. Witnesses say 15-year-old Sabrina O'Neill was shot in the head Sunday evening here in the courtyard of this building. Now a memorial grows steadily at the site where she was gunned down along with 3 others.
It just don't make no sense. Like, we need justice because she was only 15 years old and then nobody ain't said nothing. Like, they just took her life for no reason and then it wasn't even for her.
And police don't know who those bullets were intended for. They tell us 4 men drove up, spraying a crowd of children and adults with gunfire, sending 2 men to the Ryder Trauma Center.
Everybody screaming, running.
Johnny Patterson was there at the time and breaks down, recalling how he covered the teen's body with a sheet. A Brownsville middle school student who died just hanging out with friends on a Sunday evening.
She was a sweet girl. She did good in school.
Her sister says she was looking forward to her 16th birthday. Now, instead of planning a party, her parents are planning a funeral.
My mama can't even sleep. She got 1 son in jail, and now she just lost her baby girl. She can't even sleep.
Nearly 24 hours after the shooting, police have little to go on, releasing this flyer hoping the innocent photograph on the page will jog someone's memory in a neighborhood where everyone is scared to talk. One of the victims drove off before police could even speak with him. Now investigators don't even know who he is.
People scared of their life. People feel they're afraid of their life. They feel like people gonna retaliate if they tell something.
Now, this latest shooting happened just 1 year after yet another deadly mass shooting in Liberty City. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we'll have more on that case as well. At the Ryder Trauma Center, Tiffany Helberg, CBS 4 News.
Turning now to the devastation in Haiti. It has been almost 2 weeks since the destructive 7.0 earthquake hit. Now the focus is on the best way to help the country try to recover. That means everything from getting people out of the area to spending the millions of dollars that's been donated to help. CBS 4's Elliot Rodriguez joins us now with today's developments. Elliot?
Well, Shannon, the international community has pledged $1 billion in aid to Haiti, and now Haiti is working with those donor countries to figure out how that money will be spent. While the world focuses on these miracles, the survivors pulled from the rubble, including this man pulled to safety on Saturday, world leaders are meeting in Montreal to discuss the best way for the international community to help Haiti.
Basically, I came here to discuss with Canada and other partners or friends of Haiti to explain them what are those short-term and mid-term, long-term challenges.
Haiti's best-known pop star knows the challenges. Wyclef Jean passed out hot meals in one of the poorest sections of Port-au-Prince. Jean headlined Friday's All-Star Telethon for Haiti, He's apologized for spending mistakes made by his foundation in the past and has promised to do better.
What I want everybody to know is, like, right after the telethon, I came straight out here. Our focus, of course, right now, the people need food, they need water, they need fuel, they need pharmaceutical.
Even the country's small wealthy class has suffered. Fritz Mebs, whose family is in the oil business, points out the damage to his hillside mansion.
The earthquake does not choose good neighborhood, bad neighborhood, rich neighborhood.
Mebs realizes he's among the luckiest Haitians. He's healthy with the resources to rebuild his home and business. And while he can afford to leave Haiti, he has no plans to do so.
No way. I'm too old. And I love my country. It's a beautiful country, and the people are good.
While Haiti's elite has been criticized in the past for profiting off the backs of their countrymen, everyone now hopes that this time around the wealthy class can be counted on to reinvest and rebuild Haiti. In the news, Elliot Rodriguez, CBS 4 News.
Thank you, Elliot. And our team coverage continues now with one of the first groups of rescuers to come back from Haiti. CBS 4's George Estevez sat down with firefighters who went on a personal mission to change lives. But as George found out, it is their lives that changed.
New pictures of the devastation taken by a group of people making a difference.
The smell of death, body parts, and all, I think, unspeakable things.
Devastation, destruction, and desperation surrounded 12 members of the Miami Beach Fire Rescue Team who went on their own time. The city could not pay their way.
Obviously, with the constrained budgets right now, including our city and nationwide, he said that it would be very, impossible for them to backfill us with overtime.
But that wasn't going to stop them, and when they arrived, they were stunned.
As firefighters, we choose to try to help people, but nothing in all my years of firefighting prepared, I think on all of us will agree, would have prepared us for what we saw.
A mother worried for her infant, the handicapped going without their equipment. As the team did what they could, the memories are haunting.
The amount of screams while people are suffering, that noise, I think once it gets into you, something happens into you.
But they also shared stories of survival. This picture shows the group holding a 3-day-old infant having a heart attack.
We took the baby from him, started working the cardiac arrest right there in the street. The baby's going in and out, consciousness, in and out of, cardiac arrest.
And their work paid off.
When the baby left, the baby was alive, so it was a good feeling.
Also a good feeling was seeing a semblance of progress on the streets.
The Haitian people are so strong, and these kids are going to be so strong when they become adults.
And while the team stayed strong, their emotions came through.
It's sad to leave in the sense that you hope that the next person that comes by after you takes as good a care of this patient as you did.
So these are some supplies they're gathering here at Miami Beach Fire Headquarters Station 2, but you know what? That's not enough, because these guys, they want to get the group together again and head back to Haiti. At Miami Beach, George Estevez, CBS 4 News.
The Miami-Dade Urban Search and Rescue Team also just arrived back in South Florida. Look for their homecoming, all new on CBS 4 News at 6.
Turning now to news for your money. Mixed signals tonight from the housing market. Sales are way down, but prices are up. Existing home sales fell nearly 17% in December. That is a much bigger drop than analysts had expected. But home prices are still edging up. Nationwide, the median home price was just over $178,000, up 1.5% from November. On Wall Street, stocks started off the week on a winning note. The Dow was up 23 points to close at 10,196. The Nasdaq gained 5 points to finish the day at 2210. The S&P 500 was up 5 points as well to end the day at 1096.
President Barack Obama is shifting his focus tonight from health care to you, the middle class. CBS 4 Chief Consumer Investigator Al Sunshine has a look at what the president is proposing.
President Barack Obama is trying to make a point this week that he understands how ordinary Americans are still struggling. In a preview of Wednesday's State of the Union address, the president pitched several new proposals aimed at the middle class.
Proposals that make it a bit easier for families to get by, for students to get ahead, and for workers to retire.
President Obama is focusing on ways to help middle-income families qualify for new tax breaks for child care, expand federal child care programs, cap student loan repayments, and encourage employers to help workers fund their own retirement plan. If the proposals are approved by Congress, they'd cap student loans. Recent graduates won't have to pay more than 10% of their income.
A change like that makes a real difference for a kid just out of school.
The administration is also calling for more money to help families caring for elderly relatives and wants all employers to offer their workers retirement savings accounts. Critics will question the timing of the president's moves. They come as the Democrats lost a major Senate election in Massachusetts. The president's approval numbers are dropping, and unemployment is still a growing problem, despite recent huge profits on Wall Street.
Bankers are getting bonuses, which is unfair to the working class, where it should be reviewed and you know, it should just be expanded and helped upon the working force rather than executives at banks and so forth.
Basically, how do you think the president's been doing so far for middle America? Honestly.
Honestly, I think he's been doing an okay job. He needs some improvement.
Now, more details from the president's plan are expected to be released later this week. Like almost everything else, lately in Washington will become the focus of an intense partisan debate and may face stiff Republican opposition. For Your Money, I'm Al Sunshine, CBS 4 News.
Thank you, Al. And the For Your Money team is hard at work for you online. Look for headlines and Al Sunshine's blog at cbs4.com/foryourmoney.
Still ahead tonight, remembering a friend.
It was an emotional day at a local school for classmates of a teen killed in a collision with a BSO cruiser. Also, the latest on the investigation, new at 5:30.
And ahead, the final Super Bowl countdown is on. Not only can you feel it, you can see it, and you can wear it. We'll have more after the break.
And we're excited about our new set and changing over to broadcasting in high definition. After the break, we will take you on a behind-the-scenes tour of our transformation.
You're watching CBS 4 News at 5 in HD, covering Coconut Grove, Key Largo, Pompano Beach, and your South Florida neighborhood.
We'll be right back. Now at 5, get ready, South Florida. The Indianapolis Colts and the New Orleans Saints will come marching into town to compete in Super Bowl 44. Already, stores all across South Florida are filling up with the big game merchandise.
This is just the start of what will be 2 exciting weeks leading up to Super Bowl 44. CBS 4's Maribel Rodriguez is trying on some of the gear you might want to get your hands on.
Fresh off the press and onto the racks. The Super Bowl 44 t-shirts bearing the names of the Colts and the Saints, the 2 teams that will be duking it out on the fields right here in South Florida, have hit the stores. And the folks at Sports Fanatic made sure they were one of the first to get the gear.
A manager from another location went and picked up the shirts straight from the warehouse this morning. I had to stop by that location, pick up our cut, and bring it by here.
At Atlas Embroidery in Fort Lauderdale, they began printing the official Super Bowl t-shirt the moment the NFC Championship game was over at around 10:30 Sunday night. And early this morning, they were ready to hit the shelves.
Our phone's been ringing off the hook all morning long, asking if we have the shirts in, and people are actually surprised that we have it already.
They're ahead of the pack and ready for Super Bowl 44 in every way. And for you hardcore Colts or Saints fans, if you don't want to wear your Super Bowl gear, hey, you can always offer your favorite team jersey. Colts or Saints. And for you Jets fans, sorry, but there is good news. If you're looking for a hot deal, these will be half off. Well, that's part of the past. Now let's focus on the future and getting gear with the hottest gear of the moment. And keep in mind, there will always be copycats, so when you go out and buy your Super Bowl gear, make sure you look for the official NFL sticker. So if you want to make a fashion statement, here you have it. And ladies, if you want to make it a little more fashionable, you can always maybe add a belt to it. At the Dolphin Mall, Maribel Rodriguez, CBS 4 News.
Add a belt. That's a great idea, Maribel. Super Bowl 44 will have a big impact on our economy, but are these 2 teams good for business? CBS 4's David Sutta went to find out. Catch his story new at 6. I spoke to a friend in Minnesota today who was going to come if that team won.
And
very
no trip.
disappointed. I said, it's 80. You don't want to be here anyways.
A lot of you New Yorkers are disappointed they're not coming
That's
either.
true. Well, you probably noticed by now we are in some new digs and also coming to you in a much clearer picture. CBS 4 News started broadcasting in high def last night.
And that is just the start of the changes you're seeing. We've got a whole new look. CBS 4's David Sutta shows you how it all came together.
Medium of tomorrow.
Since 1967, CBS 4 has been serving South Florida. Our look has changed many times, but never as dramatic as today.
Roll 20, track and take.
Behind the scenes over the past 6 months, we've been building a new and improved station. High definition, a new studio, and a whole new look.
Oh.
Our graphics department is debuting a brand new logo for CBS 4, the first in 10 years.
We wanted to really keep that South Florida feel, and even though, you know, we're going to miss some of these colors, we've kept some of them and sort of simplified it where it's just clearer.
Clearer is key because you are now about to see our news in high definition, clear widescreen video that will show you every detail of your news.
I think the quality of the video is impressive.
CBS 4's Director of Operations, Marcelo Sanchez, has overseen 22,000 feet of cable run through our station, the installation of 7 high-definition cameras, and a new control room switcher. And his team did all of this in just 2 months.
Are you like a proud father?
Yes, of course. Yeah, it's my baby.
Marcelo will be in the studio the first time we broadcast news in high definition on our brand new set. Yes, 2 weeks ago we started tearing down the old one, 1,400 square feet of big screens and backdrops. It took us 6 days to wipe out the old and bring in the new. Our staff installed a new video screen on the west side of the studio, then a new plasma section on the east side. In between was my contribution to CBS 4, a gorgeous backdrop of downtown Miami. That's me snapping away from the Venetian Causeway just after 6 a.m. We merged 5 photos together to form a landscape that you could blow up the size of a billboard and not lose any quality. The final product is a whopping 17 feet long.
Tomorrow in our True View, warm and breezy, sun and clouds.
With the final pieces installed, we didn't have time to take a break and admire her beauty. It was time to practice.
We're starting off mild, later on warm with a mix of sun and clouds and breezy.
The new studio logos in high definition is not only new to you, but to us as well. High definition changes everything.
Track 32, effect up.
Our technical staff spent the past week rehearsing. Shannon and Antonio, Erica and Elliot, Cynthia and Jim spent hours retelling us the news after telling you from our temporary set.
Right now at 5, powerful aftershock.
After a week of broadcast you never saw, we are ready. A new studio in high definition with a brand new look. And we are just getting started. Our weather department is next to go high definition, and soon after that, you'll see our crews in the field from your community broadcasting in high definition. From our brand new high definition studios, I'm David Sutta, CBS 4 News.
It's been a lot of work for a lot of people, and we hope all of you enjoy the results.
It's amazing what high def picks up, isn't it?
Big difference.
I need to start doing my nails, I think.
David Bernard is here, not something you and I have to worry about.
I don't know. It looks okay from here. I don't know. What do you think? Here's a look at real-time Doppler radar. We had kind of a wet afternoon, but now all the rain is pushed offshore as the cold front has moved through. How much rain fell? Let's check our local weather bug networks. A half-inch of rain in Hollywood at Watkins Elementary School, Coconut Creek, just over 4/10 of an inch, and we had 15/100 of an inch in Cocoa Walk and Marathon in the Mid-Keys, where it's currently 68 degrees. Just over 1/4 of an inch of rain. Here are the conditions over the rest of South Florida right now. Again, we're generally sitting at around 71, 72 degrees. The stickiness scale has come way down as the front went through. It's now nice and dry at a 1. It'll probably drop to a 0 in the next couple of hours. We have west winds at 9, but we gusted as high today as 32 miles per hour. Yes, it was windy again. Now that the front's gone through, we're going to drop the temperatures tonight 20 degrees over where they were last night. Our typical low is the coldest it is all winter, around 59 degrees. We're going to be a little bit below that tonight. We're going to flirt with some upper 40s in the western suburbs, but it looks like mid-50s mainly for the main metro areas, and certainly over toward the coast, say Miami Beach, will be around 56 degrees. So there's the front. It's moving through. Cool high pressure is building in behind it. Looks like a great day tomorrow. We're going to see a lot of sunshine around, probably hardly a cloud at all. We'll say cool breeze, lots of sun on a dry northwesterly wind. It stays nice into the mid part of the week. On Wednesday morning, we're going to have a chilly start. We'll probably have widespread 40s, then pleasant sun in the afternoon. The high starts to move into the Atlantic for late week, and so that's going to mean a warmer breeze with sun and clouds around. And when you know it, just in time for the weekend, it looks like the next front is going to be knocking on our door. Here comes the cold front, which could mean Saturday showers, but right now it looks like it comes through by Saturday night. And if that holds up, it'll be cooler on Sunday and a little bit nicer. Here's our forecast in for tonight. 54, much cooler, and we're going to be drying out. And for tomorrow, A cooler breeze with bright sunshine and a high temperature right at 73. Gulf Stream advisory for wave heights offshore in the Gulf Stream up to 7 feet. The bays tomorrow, a moderate chop on the north wind at 15 miles per hour. Here's a look at your work week. A cooler breeze tomorrow, 73 degrees. 47 Wednesday morning, but back to mid-70s in the afternoon. Lots of pleasant sun on Thursday. A warmer breeze and maybe a stray shower on Friday. And then looking ahead to the weekend, as I was mentioning, showers likely on Saturday, but a cooler breeze again developing on Sunday with highs back down into the 70s. So the rest of the week looks great. Maybe a shower to dodge by the time we get to Saturday.
Okay, David, thanks.
Still ahead, Medicare fraud.
A CBS 4 team investigation is prompting calls for changes in federal law, and now local seniors have mobilized to fight back themselves. See what they're doing, all new at 5:30.
Also ahead, Sniffle Buddies. Two moms came up with the idea. After the break, see how it aims to reduce the spread of germs.
All new at 6. The teams are set, but will it be a lucrative Super Bowl for South Florida? We check in with those who need the Super Bowl dollars the most to see how our community could benefit. In news for your health tonight, kids will be kids, and runny noses certainly go with the territory.
But two moms have come up with an idea to fight the problem. CBS 4's Cynthia Demos shows us how they sniffed out a way to reduce the spread of germs.
Can I make it as tall as you? If necessity is the mother of invention, these mothers could sniff their idea out from under their children's noses or off their hands and sleeves. The problem? How could best friends Kelly Mays and Sharon Pevsner get their kids to stop wiping their noses on themselves?
We were at the park one day and Kelly showed up with Tate, who had some allergies, and she had an old ratty sweatband on his wrist. Probably wasn't that ratty, but I said, what is that? And she said, it's for his nose. It won't stop running and he won't let me wipe him with a tissue.
But an old ratty wristband wouldn't cut it, so the idea of Sniffle Buddies was born. Lots of prototypes and 2 years of work later, and this wristband was created. It's made from organic cotton and bamboo that's said to have antibacterial properties. A Velcro tab gives it the perfect fit, and when playtime's over, machine wash and hot water, please.
We're teaching them proper hygiene as they go, so they know that it doesn't belong on their hands.
The moms already have orders for Sniffle Buddies across the country, and it all goes back to necessity being the mother of invention.
The best part is we're not chasing them with a tissue, and if you ever chased a toddler with a tissue, it's not pretty.
He's 4, he's fast now too, I can't catch it. And right before I get there, you know.
Yeah.
I'm Cynthia Demos, CBS 4 News.
The product costs $10 plus shipping. You can even get it in adult sizes, and those cost around $12. Go to CBS4.com to find a link to Sniffle Buddies. And are you going to order one and walk around?
I am. Yeah. What would you think of that, Antonio? I don't know if you'd appreciate it.
HD.
Probably not. We have much more for you in our next half hour of news.
We are getting new details about a small plane crash in Illinois that killed 2 South Florida men. We will talk to a family member of one of them.
Also ahead, bear hugs for Haiti. See how your generosity is helping to heal the children rescued from the rubble.
And it's called eatyourbooks.com. See how this new and creative website could change your family's dinner hour forever.
It's all new at 5:30.
And it starts right after the break.